Good morning, y'all. Well, we're off and running on a new day here. It is chilly morning. It's 34 degrees, but pretty. And it's not snowing, so that's a good thing. And I'm leaving Weary Feet Hostel. So I had us a nice dinner last night and again breakfast this morning. And headed back over to the trail, which is about 0.3 miles away. So I always have a little extra mileage to do. And I'm headed to Woods Hole Hostel, considered by many to be the best hostel on the entire AT. So I'm looking forward to staying there. And then after that, I don't know, I studied the map last night. I'm gonna need a resupply. And without stopping in Parisburg, Virginia, won't be another place to stop until I get to Daleville, Virginia, which is over 100 miles away. So yeah, I really wanted to make a lot of miles over the next 4 or 5 days. So I gotta decide whether to buy all my resupply at Woods Hole and carry it, which will be a lot more weight, or get off in Parisburg, which means I'd only do about 12 miles tomorrow. I don't really want to do that. So decisions. But yeah, it was a good place to stay back there. I saw a lot of hikers that I've met along the way. And all these cars are coming by. And a few new hikers as well I hadn't ever met before. Always fun meeting new people with similar goals. So that's about it. Pretty day. 15 miles today to Woods Hole. And let's get going. So today I'm going to tell a story that's probably one of the longest stories I'll tell on the entire AT. But people ask about the safety of hiking the AT and is it necessary to carry a weapon? And truth is, it's pretty safe out here. And the ATC actually encourages people not to bring weapons. But there has been some crime out here and a few murders throughout its long history, but relatively rare when compared to other places, especially big cities. But in this general area, in 1981, a guy by the name of Randall Lee Smith murdered two hikers, Robert Moribund and a Laura Susan Ramsey. He was captured, convicted, sentenced to 30 years in prison. But he was released in 1996 on a mandatory parole after serving 15 years. He was kind of a loner after that. But in 2008, a fellow by the name of Scott Johnston saw a man climbing up out of this creek bank, and he stopped in his truck to talk to him about their luck in catching fish. He told him where he was camping, and Scott's friend, Sean Farmer, was also at the campsite when that same stranger walked out of the woods. They chatted, ate some trout for dinner, and as darkness fell, the stranger pulled out a .22 caliber pistol and shot Farmer in the head. Then he shot Johnston in the neck. He swung back around and shot Farmer again in the chest, and Johnston ran for the woods. And the man shot again and hit Johnston in the back. Meanwhile, Farmer staggered and hid in his truck. He saw the man pull the trigger again, but it didn't fire. He was out of ammunition. He began reloading. Farmer started the truck, took off. Johnston ran out of the woods, jumped in the truck while holding a finger over his bleeding hole in his neck. In and out of consciousness, they drove to the nearest house with lights on. They ran into the house for help, and then they sat on the porch with towels over their wounds. Air ambulances were on the way, but Farmer weighed he was 6'4" and weighed 300 pounds. He was too large for the ambulance, so he had to go by a ground ambulance. They both went into Roanoke General Trauma Center. Both men went to surgery, and they survived. In the meantime, the murderer was caught later that night driving Johnston's truck, and he crashed it. He ended up at the same hospital. He was released 2 days later and was being held in the local jail. He didn't come to the cell door to receive his dinner the next day, and he was found dead inside. An autopsy revealed that the cause was from the injuries from the same automobile crash that he had sustained a couple days later, or I should say previously. And yes, it was Randall Lee Smith, the same guy who had murdered the couple in 1981, had returned to the same campsite on the AT and attempted to do the same thing again 27 years later. And now you know the rest of the story. Hey y'all. So day 54 comes to an end. Staying here at Woods Hole Hostel, which is a fabulous hostel. It's really in the middle of the woods. But we had a great dinner. We had this vegetarian Mexican lasagna, homemade bread, big salad. As you could tell from the video, they have incredible organic garden here, so a lot of fun. Just staying out in the bunkhouse, and was able to get a shower and get new laundry done. And yeah, pretty good day. It was cold this morning, and the trail was really easy. And then the last 2 or 3 miles, I guess, was really rocky, and took a long time to actually get down the mountain. But a great place, well worth it, and did right at 15 miles today, so that was good. And yeah, saw some of the same hikers that I'd seen last night at Weary Feet Hostel. And a lot of people are getting off in 12 miles tomorrow and going into Pearisburg. I'm going to try to go beyond that and keep pushing. We'll see what happens. It's going to be hard to get where I need to be in 9 days, which is the James River. I'd have to average like 18 or 19 miles a day. So I'm not sure I can do that 9 days in a row. So I'm reconsidering all that. But tomorrow we get a big breakfast here, and then I'll be off and running again. But yeah, the nice lady who runs this hostel, Neville is her name, and she does a fabulous job. So hats off to her. I highly recommend it for any hikers that are coming through this way. It has a great reputation already, and I can attest that there's a reason that reputation is so high. So yeah, good day, pretty day. Supposed to be even warmer tomorrow without any rain or snow in the forecast. So that's a good thing. So again, thanks everybody for watching, all the support and encouragement, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye, y'all.